This is a quick introduction video to Google+. It's going to be the way of the future for social networking, in my opinion. And just a couple of notes on this. Google+ doesn't behave a lot like Facebook. There's a lot of things that are similar, and the look is kind of similar, but Facebook really is greasy kid stuff that has grown into something else. I mean, it started out as a way to hang out with your friends and talk about other people that are in the Facebook for your school, and such things as a poke button and things like that are kind of legacies of that. Google Plus is more aligned to business people and people who are actually doing something on the internet in the way of business and functioning as a professional, which is great because you don't have to overcome the greasy kid stuff in Facebook. Google was able to design it from the bottom up as something that's a great tool for just doing business. Just to take you on a quick tour of what's on the screen, the important things you want to look at, you have your 4 Google Plus buttons up here that are your main areas for where you do stuff in Google Plus. But don't ignore the buttons on the upper left. These are all buttons to your different Google applications and Gmail and other things that you use inside of Google and all their different applications they use. So you can really work together with all your different documents, your Gmail, all your different photos in Picasa, or actually the web folder for Picasa, and it really is a very powerful way to function as if you are using one of those little cute netbooks. The idea of a netbook was that you can do everything on the web. You can run your entire business, your entire online life, just through a browser, and Google Plus is making that even more possible now. The first button on this panel of the 4 main buttons you use is the Home, and this is where you see the stream. And this is the home area in Facebook is similar, but what you see in your stream is determined by what circles you're applying to. Right now, if you're just in your basic stream, all your circles posts will be posted here and visible. It can be a little confusing, and if you want to be more focused on your friends and family and things like that, you can just click on a different stream and only see friends, for example, or click on family, or click on people you're following and see them in here. Like I'm following Matt Cutts and Danny Sullivan and Gary Vaynerchuk. Some of these guys that aren't my personal friends, but I've known forever, and I really like what they talk about. So that's what really your following is like when it comes to the circles on Google. Let's go jump over to circles right now, and you can see how they work. It's much more like Twitter when it comes to how these circles behave. You shouldn't do like in Facebook, where you just make everybody your friend and then choose to who to pay attention to. You should divide your people up into different circles of who you associate together with. For me, my friends are all my internet marketing friends online, and other friends as well. These are people I like to hear from on a daily basis, so I'll click on the Friends tab in my stream and see what they're talking about. I only put people in my friends circle that I actually know. Either I've met them in person, or I've heard from or communicated with them extensively online, so I really do know them quite well. From there, you can put your family members in one so you can see what they're doing. Following is like Twitter. You want to see what these personalities are doing. You may not know them, but they're important to your life and you want to listen to them. So that's why you have a following circle for that. Now, you can create your own circles and just label them by dragging one of these people on your list up here and dropping them to a new circle and label it whatever you want. I've created one called Work Associates, and these are like my programmers and things like that. People I know from work. I don't necessarily listen to them. They're not particularly friends. I mean, they're friends. They're work associates, but I wanted to keep them separately. You also have a blocked section for people who you don't want to hear from. Very important in my mind when it comes to marketing on the web that you use everybody that puts you in a circle. You need to respond to those who have placed you in a circle by placing them in one of yours. This isn't as daunting as it may seem, because anybody can place you in a circle, right? But that's what the acquaintances circle is for, okay? And right now I have nobody in it. So I'll just go and go to my notifications up here, and right next to your name on the top bar on the right is notifications, and I can see these people have all added me on Google+. So I'm going to click on that one. And as people add you to their circles, they'll appear in this list of people that have added you. It's very important to add them back. If you don't know them, that's okay. You just want to add them to an acquaintance circle because you're acquainted with them because they placed you in one of theirs. So I'm going to place. I'm not familiar with this guy. I may have met him. I don't know. I'll place him in acquaintances. If I remember meeting him or if we communicate in the future, I can always move him to a different circle. So I'll place him in acquaintances. And some of these guys I do know, like Tim. I've met Tim. I met him in Coventry, England. So I'm going to place him in friends. And Bruce, I have no idea. Acquaintances. You just go through like this. Make sure that you add people who add you to your circles as well, and that way people feel like they can be a part of your existence on the social sphere as well, because they'll get a notification back that you've added them to your circles, and that makes them feel good. They're glad they added you, and they feel an association with you. Now, if you don't ever look at your acquaintances feed in your on your homepage, so what? But I usually will. And this is a way you can interact with other people online. So think of the circles and how you add people to them as more like Twitter. These are people you're watching, and you can watch them in different groups, in different circles. So that's how I look at circles as functioning. Then your profile button is the third one on the top here. And that just shows what you've said online, and it shows people in your circles, people who have you in their circles, and the comments you have placed in the stream. So get in here, and Google's done something very intentional here that I think is important. They don't allow you to post from within your profile area like it is in Facebook, because you can kind of just sit and be all on your own and to yourself if you just go to this one screen and post all the time, right? You have to go to your home tab in order to share something. So you have to be listening to people as well as talking. I kind of like how they place that on a different page than Facebook. And then of course you have a Photos tab where you can upload photos. And the cool thing about Google Plus is that it is associated with Picasa and their online web albums. And when you open a Google Plus account, you automatically open a Picasa web album. And so you can upload in bulk to Picasa web and have all your photos available for you here, which is really great. Okay, now the way Google Plus functions is going to be very important to internet marketers in particular, because the +1 button is like a like button in Facebook, but it's far-reaching and powerful because it's actually used by Google in their search engine. So things that you place on your stream and +1, or you have ask other people to +1 your stuff, is going to change the way search results look to your friends and people in your circles. So immediately people who are in your circles and who are part of your group on Google Plus are going to have their own search results affected by the way people click +1s. The other very powerful thing that is directly related with this is the +1 button itself. And you can place this +1 button on any website. So if you own a bunch of different websites or your own blog or whatever, you want to place a +1 button on there so that people who come read your posts can like it, can click +1 on it, and it will change the way search results behave as according to how people are clicking on that. And it's very simple to do that. I have the URL here. Let me pull the screen down so you can see it. Google.com/webmasters +1 button. And this is where you can add a +1 button to your website. It's very easy to do. You can choose the size and how it'll fit on in your spot on your website you want to put it in. I mean, you can make it tall so that the display shows top to bottom, or the standard one has the +1 button with the number of pluses next to it. So you get this size right here. And all you do is copy and paste this bit right here to the head area of your web page, and you can do that in a WordPress blog, or obviously in drag and drop. It's very easily done. You just pop that add this to the head area, And then where you want the button to go, you just add this little code right here, and bang, you're done. It functions very much the way AdSense works. It figures itself out through JavaScript and automatically knows what page it's on, so it properly plus ones the page it's on. If it's not functioning correctly, or if you have a weird setup with the way your site is canonicalized, you can use the advanced options right here and manually tell what URL to be plussed with this function here. And include a count. You want to have people show how many times they've clicked on you. So it's very important to SEO to make sure to use this code and put it on all your websites. That way people can +1 you and give you benefits in the search results. And the more people use Google+, the more this is going to help, and the more Google's going to use it in their actual main search results. So that's kind of a quick overview. There's a lot of different other things that are functioning in Google Plus that are interesting. Sparks is a way you can look at different interests on the web, and I have not figured out where these sparks come from. It's not coming from Google News. It's not coming from the regular Google search engine. I'll figure it out eventually and give you an insight on how to make your posts or your sites rank well in these sparks. But if you have an interest, for me, obviously SEO, and hit search, and I just get a bunch of stuff from mostly social media and blogs on the topic of SEO. It's a feed in here, and I can save this feed to always be available in my Sparks if I want to. So I can add this, and it'll pin the interests. I'll add that to my. See, now I have SEO under Sparks, right? And I can always just click there and see what's happening today in the world of SEO. So it's a very interesting way to see your special interests on the web and what's happening immediately. And again, the more stuff gets +1, the better it's going to show in Sparks for other people that are looking at that. So keep that in mind. You can also do online chat with Google Plus here, and there's other stuff you can look at here. You can have Hangouts. This is a really interesting way to do web video chat. And you can start a Hangout, invite your friends to it, and you all share video streams. Your webcam will show you, and your headset will function, and everybody will be able to hear you and see you. The implications of this, it's kind of like a webinar, right? And so we're going to experiment more with this in the future and see if it works good for small, up to 10 people, little webinars on individual topics. You can also get Google Plus for your mobile device, but it only works on Android right now, so I'm not going there yet. And of course, if you have invites left, which you should, it's starting to open up quite a bit. You can invite other people to join Google Plus, and it'll automatically add them into your Add to Circles area. Very simple way to go about this, but just kind of keep in mind that the way circles work is like Twitter. These are the things you're following, okay? But in the same way as Facebook, you want to interact with as many people as possible. So if someone adds you to their circle, make sure to add them to one of yours. And you could create one that, I'm using acquaintances, but you can create one that is just the unwashed masses and throw them all in there if you want. No one will be able to see what circle you've added them to. So it's not like you have to worry about titling it something very polite. It can be whatever you want it to be. Then of course you can find all kinds of people that you know, and you just click on Find People and see if they've got a Google Plus account yet. But I hope that gives you an idea of what Google Plus is like. To find out more about it, once you've gotten an account, go up to this Options button. It's very upper right of the screen. Click on that, and you can see there's settings for what kind of privacy level you want to set on all your stuff. I personally think you should leave it default that the entire web can see everything, because it's going to give you more presence on the web. Your Google Plus page may show up in search results for your name, so people can find you very easily. The Google Help button here is a really great area. Let's click on that, and this gives you all kinds of information on all the different details of Google Plus, and I've gone through all this, and it's all very good, very easy to understand information, so check that out. Alright, hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll see you soon.